I see what ho, chaps and chappets, Game Chap and Birdie here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, Vanells, and I dare say we are investigating a way of enhancing your Minecraft game world with an array of splendid environmental and special sounds, you'll see. Now, these, of course, will upgrade your experience both in terms of using items, weapons, tools, etc. and so forth, and also when you go out and about in the world.
Most certainly, there's loads of sounds and you'll love the mounds.
Yes.
Right.
This modification being Matmos by Hurricane. Let's go, old
Hey,
chap.
this is loads of sounds. Does that mean we can't talk much?
Well, I suppose so, old boy. Now,
Right, okay.
firstly, of course, we are here in a desert. Now,
Yeah.
indeed, at first in the desert, there are not many sounds to see, so we're going to instead show you some tools and weapon sounds, you know.
Do you know I've never seen a sound?
Really?
No.
My word, I have, old boy. Now, anyway, as you can see, let's just go up here, as you can see.
Right,
Now,
okay.
of course, when I draw from my inventory certain items, I will now get a corresponding sound indicating that the said drawing has been done. Now, listen, I say.
Right.
Did you hear that, old chap?
Aha!
Yes,
no, I
indeed.
didn't.
Well, listen once more, then.
Ah, yes, the drawing sign.
That's right, of course. That indicates you just unsheathed your sword, and of course I can swing it like so. The
very nice.
idea is definitely there, a very heavy sword blade being swung forth into the air.
Yes, I like that. I like
Very
it a
good.
lot. What about when you hit things with it?
Ah, yes, listen, of course, this indicates a blunt sword strike against the wall. There you go, and of course against a human being. Very nice,
Oh,
old chap.
yes, I like that. So this sword sound is just one of the hundreds of different sounds that are here, and we're going to we're going to demonstrate them all. So make sure you've got your ears open, or you'll miss something.
That's right. Now, of course, we're going to go next, as you can see, to the high heights of the highest mountain, you know.
The highest mountain in the world, well, somewhere anyway.
Well, I suppose it's right. It's like it's a big hill of sorts, you know.
Yes, it's
Anyway,
a bubble.
it's a
The
bubble,
bubble
yes.
on the landscape.
Now, listen, I say, open your ears and observe. But, buddy, where are you going, man? Listen and see if you can take in the sound of the rustling wind as we are here in the mountains. Oh, yes, I say. Because we're so high up, of course, the wind rustles past our ears and we can hear it's windy and there's a bird here. Listen, I say.
Did you hear it? My word! Listen
That's
to that.
absolutely splendid,
On
old
top
chap.
of the mountain. Ayole, 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 ayole.
That was very good, old boy.
Yes, I just couldn't help it. It was just inspired.
Right then, Vanille,
Yes.
moving on. Ah, yes, that's right. Next up, we're going to show you the bow.
The bow. Right, let's go.
What do you know? As you can see, the bow also has a drawing sound now. There you go, and draw it back like so. There you go, old chap.
Aha. Oh yes, it's different. It sounds better, I think.
It's
Much
a very
better.
tiny sort of, pulling string sound. Listen. There you go, and you can also fire it likewise, like so. Did you hear that, old chap?
I heard it. This is absolutely wonderful. Yes. Twang.
Twang, and what I can do actually, old boy, and if I hit someone like so, nothing happens at all, old boy. I do apologise,
Ah.
there. Oh, most unfortunate there, but anyway,
Right.
let's move on, Vanille.
Right. What about fishing?
Fishing!
Yes.
Indeed, we can go fishing by the beach, of course. Now, of course, fishing, as you know, is a process that involves extracting fish from the ocean. Did you know that, old chap?
Are you sure it's the ocean? No, here's a pond. Let's go fishing
Let's
in a
go
pond.
for a pond then. As you can see, once more, we draw the fishing rod from our bag. Listen. There we are, and we can send it into the water with a strike of the wrist. There you go, old chap.
Aha.
And once more, we'll wait for the bite here, or perhaps we won't, old boy. Can you bite your bunny fish,
Will you
please?
bite?
Will you bite, lad? I do the Scottish accent now, old chap.
That's it. I'll do the Scottish accent around here. Not
I do
you.
apologise, old chap. So, this isn't working, but we'll draw forth the rod like so. There you go.
Aha, so different sounds and for the old fishing rod, rather fun. What
Yes.
about cows? Do cows sound different?
No, they sound like cows, old chap.
Oh.
Or kites, if you will.
Yes,
Of
yes.
course, any item drawn from your bag, meanwhile, will also produce a suitable sound indicating it's been drawn from the stash. Now listen, I
Right.
say.
Yes,
There you go.
Yes.
You can hear all these very atmospheric sounds adding a lot of detail to the game.
they
Now,
were certainly,
if you're-
and your gaming experience, really. Now, what about the old rain? I was just thinking, the rain, the wind, and the thunder. We've already got sort of sounds for that.
Yes.
But do they change, or are they better in this one? Shall we
Well,
try?
let's have a look. As you can see, we'll return to the mountain biome where there's some rain and
Aye.
yes, and turn the rain on. Now,
Yes.
of course, what we're going to do is listen for rain and thunder and also the inside rain sound. So listen close there.
Right. My goodness me. Did you hear that?
It's very rainy, old chap.
Yes, it's rainy and it's sort of different well, yes, the wind is going like that.
It is, old boy. Now, of course, the sound is indeed quite similar to ordinary Minecraft. Listen to that! The thunder issues forth, old boy!
My goodness me, issuing forth thunder like never before, like you've never heard.
So, yes, of course, rain and thunder there, Fidels. My word, it's quite... It's turtle. I'm getting soaked, I say.
Right, okay.
Now, also, speaking of water, old chap, what happens if you go for a little swim?
For a swim? What, you mean at the seaside?
The seaside, yes. Well,
okay, rock and things like that.
Rock? No, not rock candy.
You get that at the seaside, don't you?
Listen, I'm going to jump inside and have a little paddle, okay?
Go on then, off you go.
Ready? Tally-ho, Fidels. Oh, that didn't work, alright. Let's try again, I say. Once more. Listen, I say.
Ear holes are open.
Yes, indeed, I think we have a suitably bubbly underwater sound there. Of course, indicating that our lug holes have been blocked by water. As such, it sounds rather like being in a toilet with headphones on, old chap.
Yes, it does. Yes. Do you do that then?
No, I don't. It does an analogy, old boy.
Oh, yes. Look, can you hear the seagulls?
No, because I'm not at the beach, of course. Oh, yes, I am. Listen, I say. There they are, old chap, the seagulls themselves, but I can't see any seagulls, that's the only thing, old chap.
Well, can you ever see them?
Well,
You
yes.
don't normally, unless they're pinching your chips or something like that.
You've got fish and chips, you'll see them, I say.
Yes, you've got a bag of chips here, they'll come and steal them.
They will, old boy,
Yes.
most heartily. Now, of course...
Or French fries, whichever you like.
Yes, now what do we have next on the list, old
Right,
boy?
okay, now, night sounds. What about night sounds? Let's go and listen to those. Because so far I've been rather impressed with all these sounds, and I feel far more Minecrafty and far more wanting to do Minecraft. It's very, very fun, I think.
Yes, I agree, whatever that
Or
means.
it's certainly fun. If you don't
Next,
like
I
it, very
say,
fun.
we shall set the time to night, as you can see, Vales, and listen closely, I say. It's very quiet, you know. But what's that, I say?
Crickets!
Guys! And there we hear, Ferios, the common or garden cricket in his natural habitat. This, of course, night watching is made somewhat more dangerous by the presence of explosive Ferios like Bertie and creepers nearby.
Was that David?
Yes, of course, okay.
David, I thought it was,
Yes,
yes.
of course it was, you know him.
Yes, we remember. And of course, these particular ones can't be seen at night. Especially not in Minecraft. That's because they're not bally well there.
That's right, but you can hear them and so it sounds like they are.
Yes, of course they are, yes.
Now, of course, also, if you finish being David Attenborough, you can also go and jump yourself into some lava, you know.
Ah, now what happens when you jump into the lava? Let's hear the sound then of the lava.
You have to be a hothead to do this. Listen, Vales, tally-ho! No, painful, old chap, it sounds just like a flamethrower, you know.
My word, listen to that.
Is that not the Gary's Mod flamethrower sound, old chap? I'm sure it is, you know.
Is it really?
I think so. Listen.
No idea.
It only plays the first time for some reason, but it's a very lively sound, isn't it, old boy?
It most certainly is, yes indeed.
Next up, we should go, I believe, mining, old chap.
Mining, I was just going to say, what about caves?
Caves?
Surely there must be special sounds in caves.
Now, caves, I must admit, fellows, do have a very nice sound indeed, but the only snag is we have to find a cave first.
Oh, no. Here's one.
Here's one. Let's have a look, fellows. As you can see...
You go in.
No, this is more like a ravine, old boy. But anyway, as soon as you get further down into the
Can't
bowels...
see anything. Turn the lights on.
Oh, yeah, so we need torches here, I see.
Yes.
Where's the torch lady? Where's she
What about
gone?
a torch? Can you have one of those potions or something?
Oh, yes, good idea, a night vision potion. There we are.
Yes.
Now, of course, fellows, as you're about to see, we can indeed...
Change.
The further down we get
Yes.
into the earth, you will notice, of course, the sounds of the caves get worse and worse and worse, you know.
Right, so what sounds do we have now?
Listen, I say, here we are. We are now at y equals 42, in fact. Listen. Beverly, will you stop that, I say? There we go. Now listen closely. There's not many sounds at all going on down here, Elship. In fact, it's very, very quiet, you know.
Ah, well, maybe perhaps you have to go deeper.
Yes, let's go deeper, old boy. Yes, indeed, Vales. Can you hear that rather nasty low rumble, I say?
Ah, yes, it's an eerie sort of rumble.
There's a rumbly sound because, of course, we're getting close to the core of the Earth where magma is pouring forth and the tectonic plates are shifting, you know.
The tectonics, oh yes they are, yes, I see, sir. Are you very deep now? Can you go even deeper to get the different side?
Well, I'm at y equals 11 here, of course, which is quite deep, I say. Let's go right down to bedrock, as you can see here, Vales.
Ah, any sounds there?
Music, by George! Turn that on, I say. Listen closer. Yes, it's a definitive low cave style rumble, which really adds, I think, to the atmosphere of underground exploring. It gets much more eerie, you know.
It most certainly does. It is more eerie, and as you see, adds loads of character. When you're underneath the caves, you feel more like you're really there.
Indeed, old boy, I have to say it does enhance the experience. Now, what's next on the list, old chap, if I can find my way out, I say?
Yes, look, why don't we go to the Nether, see what we can hear there?
To the Nether, what a splendid idea. In fact, I'm going to teleport you in like so, old boy, and
Are
you're
you?
going to go to the Nether right here, I say.
Are we ready? You're going to make a portal?
Well, of course I am, old boy.
Oh, I see.
In the Nether, of course, there are two types, just while I'm building this for I can explain. There are two types of sound. Firstly, you'll get a certain eerie sound in this modification, but also there's an expansion pack, old chap.
There most certainly is, which we shall be testing very soon.
In just a moment, in fact. Right, Fidel's tally-ho!
Here
Here
we
we go! Listen closely now to the horrible sounds on here, I say. Oh, my word. Hold on, old chap.
Oh.
My word, it's horrific, old chap! Can you hear those horrifying sounds, Owen? What are they, I say?
It's an empty sound of emptiness. Just nothing there. Just you and just you.
And that, old chap.
Who?
That, you know, it's Herobrine or something, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's Herobrine.
I'm sure. Right, anyway,
Yes.
as you would say, in details you have a nasty sort of groaning sound from the bowels of the Nether, but I dare say, old boy,
Yes.
if we were to change to the expansion pack, we might hear something even more frightful and scary now.
Really? Should we change?
Well, why not, old boy? Are you brave enough?
Go on then.
My word, we are now here once more in the Nether, this time, though, with the new and nasty sound pack. Now listen, Vales, we'll see what's going on now, I say.
Yes, go on then.
This sounds purely sinister, old
My
boy.
goodness me, it's extremely scary.
This is horrifying, you
It
know.
most certainly is.
This is really, really creepy. I dare say whoever's done this pack's done a very good job, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Listen just briefly once more, old boy. Breaths, old chap.
Breaths.
There's something laughing down here. Let's get out of here, for goodness sakes. Come on, Bertie, let's go. My goodness, that's a horrible place.
No,
Oh,
sir.
Beverly, it's good to see you again, I say. That's a frightful experience, you know.
Yes, but that was rather fun, wasn't it? Because while you're trying to build your towers up to get your glowstone, or just hang on the edge of one of those netherrack, whatever it is, cliffs, you've got these sounds just scaring you, and you don't know what's going to jump out around the corner.
That reminds me of worms in those nasty, horrible dark maps, old chap. You know those?
Does it? Oh yes.
Yeah, of course you do.
Right,
Anyway,
yes.
let's listen once more to the cave. See if there's anything new here, Fiddles.
Right.
That sounds about the same to me.
So
but I dare say-
this is an expansion pack, as it were, for the actual mod, yes?
It is. Let's noob tube to the top, Fiddles. Now,
Yes.
of course, I understand also in this particular expansion pack, there is now a rather ghastly sound effect when you fall.
Yes, it screams.
Screams, I'm
Screams!
sure.
Yes, let's go to the top of an extremely high place and then throw you off.
No, you, old chap. Now, listen, fellows. Firstly, just before I do the jump here, you'll notice there is indeed much more wind and overall atmosphere here. Listen closely, I say.
Oh, yes.
This really transforms the game, doesn't it, old chap?
Yes, yes. Where's the big statue in the village? We'll throw ourselves from that.
Are you sure that's wise?
Yes, are we near the village?
Well, all right, we'll do that, I suppose. Now, fellows, observe, we are now here in the other village, and I want you to listen closely to the sounds in this particular pack. They have changed quite a bit, and we actually have a lot more environmental atmosphere.
Let's head listen then.
Yes, indeed, breaths, sounds, whistling, and more. Listen close there. And lots of general whistling and bird tweeting going on, so a much better overall experience there.
Yes.
It really does change the game. Now,
Certainly,
but
just like you're in a real village.
where are you, old chap?
I'm on a very high place on the statue.
Oh, I'm on the top, old boy.
No, down a bit.
Where, old chap?
There you are.
Oh, for goodness sakes, Bertie, get off there. What are you doing, man?
Well, no, I'm just saying, it's a high place.
Let's jump from her nose, shall we? As you can see, I want you to listen to this rather amusing sound effect of sorts. Just turn the clouds off, there we are. Of course, when I fall down, you'll hear a ghastly scream, you
If you
know.
jump from there, though, you're going to, well, you might have a soft landing.
Bertie, I wouldn't do that, old chap. Listen, Vanels.
Yeah,
Hello! Did you hear that, old chap?
Oh,
That's right, old boy. A comical sound effect, you know.
Let's hear that again. That's rather good, isn't it?
But I have to fly all the way back to the top now.
Go on a hand or something. See if it happens when you're not so far up.
Oh yes, good idea. As you can see, I think this particular sound effect may be triggered from 25 blocks or beyond. But that's nice, eh? Off we go! There it is again, old chap. Yes, indeed, I said. Quite accurate, old boy.
It most certainly is, yes.
Now, what's next, old chap?
The screaming is rather fun. Apparently horses, they do things different.
Horses?
Yes, there's different sounds for them.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get a horse going here. Listen, fellows. Rather interesting. Oh, yes, did you hear that horsey neigh, fellows?
Yes, it was good, isn't it? What about any gallops?
Listen, I say. Oh, yes, indeed, much more realistic on the horses. I do like that, I must say.
It most certainly is rather fun, and mine carts, apparently.
Hold on, if I can just tame this biter. No, he doesn't want to know me today. But anyway, as you can see indeed, fellows, horses now have a much more enjoyable and realistic sound effect. And of course, when you're riding them and jumping around, you may indeed hear certain sound... there he goes. You may indeed hear certain horsey-type sound effects too.
Yes, it's rather fun. What about the minecarts?
The minecarts, can you please one down for us, old chap?
No, haven't got one.
Oh, that's rather handy. Yes, listen, fellows, if I just ride this one over here and listen to the jump effect...
Yes.
There you go. Very nice.
The horsey.
The horsey.
Right, do we need some rails as well, or just this?
We have some rails over here, in fact, old chap.
Do we?
At least we used to. I think.
No, they've gone now.
Here they are.
Oh, they're still there.
Observe, fellows. We're going to use a minecart, and you will indeed be able to hear, if I'm not mistaken,
I've got one here.
It's a sort of really grindy sort of sound, you know.
Yes, what about
That's
this
no good, for goodness sakes, old chap, my
work?
word. And
Okay.
as you can see, listen once more, fellows, to those wheels rotating along the floor. Yes, did you hear that squeaking and squealing, old chap?
Yes, you can almost feel the cold dust up your nose, can't you?
Well, Anna, for goodness sakes. It's very train-like, miney sort of carty sound, isn't it, old chap?
It is, but yes, it is, yes. But the thing, I just thought...
What?
What about the end? We haven't been to the end.
Oh, the end?
Yes, the end.
That's a scary place, old boy.
End. This is the end.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Let's use our
Snake,
cheat.
you know.
Yes, okay.
Number 3.
Let's give our cheat portal, shall we? Now,
Wait.
this portal will teleport us immediately to the end, so we're going to turn our keep rule adventure, I think.
Right here.
There we are. As you can see, fellows, listen closely to the sounds we have whilst in the land of the Ender Dragon. Tally-ho!
Right, you going? I'll stay here.
Now, firstly, I just want to say, I don't know why these villagers are confined in prison down here, but you can hear around villages, you'll hear them coughing and spluttering. This sounds like track 11, old chap.
My goodness me, look at that. Look out there, they're all sick, I think.
The overall sound of the end, if you'll excuse the scream there, is one of a nasty open cave, as you can hear, with that eerie sort of general ambience playing there. It's not particularly soundy, as you might expect, but it has, I think, just the right amount of atmospheric effect, to give you the idea of this intense backdrop for the final battle against the Ender Dragon.
Yes, sort of strange emptiness with anticipation mixed in.
It's very fitting, and of course, listen once more. Did he just make all sounds, old chap? My game's crashed. Oh no!
What?
For goodness sake! Of course, you heard that was presumably the mod author's take on Steve's
Yes, it must be. Yes, it was, I think.
Here we are back in the desert village, and
Yes.
Beverly's stuck in the well. But anyway, moving on. As you can see, in fact, inside the desert, you'll also get quite deserty sounds as befits a desert. Now listen closely, I say.
Yeah, good.
All we need now, old boy, is a jolly camel, I think, old chap.
A camel? Oh,
Yes.
yes. And why not gerbils, as you said?
I don't think you'll get gerbils in the desert, actually, old boy. But anyway, fellows, I dare say, in sum, this modification adds a great many sounds to your Minecraft world, which are suited to all purposes, from whistling villagers to drawing your sword-slashing enemies, listening to the overall ambience of the world, and much more.
It most certainly does. You know something, Mr. Mayor? Oh, I was so taken up. Oh, just taken up there, standing on top of that mountain. I had to do some yodeling.
But no, for goodness sakes, by George, explosions, dynamite, what's going wrong, old chap?
I've no idea. I was just singing to Mr. Mayor. It must have been the reverberation of the sound. Nothing to do with me at all. Mr. Mayor, did you like it? Quick, this way.
Get back here at once, you yielding bunny! Can't show this way. Thank you, I'm not as else I say. I'm looking forward to seeing you once more. The next destructing my yodeling, but whatever next I say. Until then.
Yodeling.